Whoa. I think I just figured something out, Beavis.
What?
This sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks.
This sucks more than anything that has...
For many reasons, people fucking despise this game on so many levels. And I didn't feel right contributing to the conversation unless I actually, played the game. And it's fine. Virtually everything that can be said about Black Ops 6 can be said about this game, because it's basically the same game, just with some updates, which is becoming a very unfortunate trend for this franchise. I don't really know what there is to talk about with this game, other than just the drama and all that shit going on with, like, the AI and them not listening to the community and the co-op campaign being online only and, like, multiplayer only, sort of. Like, what?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
What the fuck? Like, how could you think that was a good idea? Like, that just seems like a really misguided attempt to try to make it a replayable, like, co-op mode. But literally just adding an offline feature would make it infinitely better. I don't understand how you could do that for World at War and Black Ops 3, which were both co-op campaigns, and then you can't do it for this game. It's either A, a lack of talent, or B, a lack of care. Because I can tell you right now, it definitely ain't a lack of money. Because these games make millions, if not billions of dollars. So it's clear that they have the money to sink into the games to make them better, but they just don't. Because they know the same dumbasses are going to buy the game every year, so why would they? And I understand it's very hypocritical for me to say that, because I did end up buying this game. I just want to remind you all that, although it is very hypocritical for me to say that, I am the guinea pig here. I'm the one doing the drugs. It doesn't mean you have to. I'm buying this game to play it and experience it and talk about it. I most likely will not be playing this game in a month. I'll tell you that right now. It's just not fun enough to do so. And for anyone wondering, is this going to be a 40-minute video about me talking shit about the campaign? No. I didn't play it. I'm sorry. I took one look at it, said, wow, that looks like shit. I have no interest in it. I will most likely never play it. I might play a mission or two just to try it out. However, I did play the multiplayer and the zombies, and I can confidently say that they are just as mid as I expected them to be. First off, obvious out of the way, it's Black Ops 6 again. It's just Black Ops 6 again. The engine and the gunplay, the gameplay, like the movement, hell, the perk system, the progression, half the content is just carried over from Black Ops 6. It's so similar that they're literally able to carry over your progression from Black Ops 6 Zombies into this game. Because all of it's pretty much the exact same thing. And that also just made me realize Mule Kick wasn't in Black Ops 6. I don't understand how you're able to make all these perks and then have them in every subsequent game and then do it in Cold War where you completely revitalize the entire Zombies franchise. In Black Ops 6, I guess we just can't do it. It's like, it's not that complicated. You basically made an entire new game and engine for Cold War, and then you throw that all away in Black Ops 6, and then make an inferior version that's not as fun to upgrade, and then, like, cut half the content? Like, we just now are getting Mule Kick. I mean, what? That perk is 15 years old? No biggie. Why would they ever need to include it in the game at launch? Hell, why even add it into Black Ops 6? You want to know what we need? Fucking Melee Macchiato. Name one person who fucking uses Melee Macchiato. Nobody. Nobody gives a flying fucking shit about that perk. You wanna know what we need? Vulture-Aid. Does it actually do what Vulture-Aid does? No. No, it doesn't spawn the green piles for you to stand in and become completely invisible to the zombies. It just makes it so it drops more salvage and shit, which is what death perception did in Cold War. So now death perception is fucking useless. And again, this is all the base perks. You can upgrade them and like get additional augments and stuff, which takes fucking forever, by the way. They need to add something to make it so there's like a way to get like a double XP token for augment research or whatever. Rant aside, the game itself is just Black Ops 6 again. You can switch into third person, which I will say, it's definitely not adequate and it's not very good because it's still a first person game with first person animations designed to be in first person. But I do like that mechanic. It is fun to just kind of swap the camera angle every once in a while, just kind of get some variety. Not to mention, I don't really do good with games that have the screen shake every 0.5 seconds and have your character moving around at Mach speed, especially in Call of Duty, because whenever they run or whenever they move, their arms shake left and right, up and down, whenever you're just simply walking. And that really I don't like it. It just kind of messes with my eyes and my head. It just kind of hurts, gives me a bit of a headache. So I'm glad I can play in third person because it kind of reduces that movement. And you can actually look at the skin you're buying. Like, I never really understood how Call of Duty is able to get away with selling skins for like 25, 30 bucks, and you can't even look at them. That is complete bullshit. You can't even look at them. You can play in third person and actually see the skin that you spent money on, which is part of the reason why I prefer playing in third person sometimes. And in the gameplay, you'll notice that I swap between first and third person, and again, that's just kind of because my eyes kind of hurt sometimes. But Zombies mode itself, it's fine. It's a little better than Black Ops 6. They definitely did add some cool stuff. I don't dislike the maps so far. They're fun. The Transit remake, the quote-unquote remake, it's fine. I was really underwhelmed by it. I know a lot of people really hate Transit. Black Ops 2 Transit, I've never really understood that. I always really liked it. Granted, I will say, I always played it co-op pretty much. I always played it with my neighbor. We used to play Zombies all the time. But Black Ops 2 Transit solo is kind of dog shit, but multiplayer, it's extremely fun. I love getting on the bus. I love being in the bus, hitting Ted, having him eject me, and then getting instantly raped by a bunch of whatever the fuck these things are. Going from location to location feels like the game is constantly moving. It doesn't feel like there's ever really a stalemate in the game. It doesn't feel like I'm just standing around waiting for something to happen. Like, it's always constantly moving forward and going in a circle and going around and around and around. And I love that. It's so much fun. But in this game, the locations for Transit are just very uninteresting. I know the map is called Ashes of the Damned, but fuck you, it's Transit 2, okay? Anybody who calls this Ashes of the Damned is an idiot. And the main fun part about Transit is going to all these different locations, like hell, going to the diner. I know a lot of people don't like Transit, but like that diner location is iconic. And they have it in this game, it's just severely downgraded and just filled to the brim with a bunch of rubble and shit. And the elephant in the room is, of course, all the Warzone mechanics return. The HUD is still fucking awful.
Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
They added a classic game mode, but like, it isn't really a classic game mode, because the only thing they changed was the point system, the cost of the things you buy, and like a couple of HUD elements, and that's it. Like, they still have armor, they still have salvage, they still have weapon rares, like they still have all that shit. And it just artificially overly complicates the game to a point where, unless you're like playing a certain way, the game is just like noticeably not as fun. It's like you have to go around collecting salvage, you have to get these perks to get salvage, you have to upgrade your weapon rarity, and then you have to upgrade the perks, and then when you go back into another game with the augments on the perks and shit, every time you buy a perk it increases in price to the point where it's like 10,000 points for a single perk. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is not worth it. The ammo system is really bad. You run out of ammo in 0.5 seconds. You don't get any fucking points for killing or for shooting zombies, only for killing them. And headshots are the only thing that even do remotely anything. And then when you have to go back to buy ammo, it's only like 250 points for a non-upgraded weapon. But as you upgrade it, it gets more and more expensive. And eventually it will get to the point where you basically can't buy ammo back because you're not killing the zombies fast enough. And you don't get points for shooting them. You only get points for killing them. So if you can't kill them, you can't get points, which means you can't get ammo, which means you're fucked. This game is entirely reliant on upgrades. You can't just play zombies. You have to play a looter shooter. Like, do I need medals in a zombie game? No. I'm not some Zoomer iPad kid who can't not look at his iPad for 0.5 fucking seconds, okay? I don't need a pop-up on my screen every 0.5 seconds to give me a dopamine boost, okay? You don't need to do that. I don't mind them dropping like tactical and lethal equipment. I think that's fine. I think killing zombies and having them drop like a Molotov for you to pick up and use, I think that's cool. But like salvage, we don't need it. We don't need all these HUD elements like the mini-map. Who the fuck uses the mini-map? Or like the radar at the top, or the compass, whatever the hell you call it? Who the fuck uses that? Genuinely. Name one single human on the planet who has gone like, oh, there's a zombie at like North 13. Nobody. Literally 0 people. None. Zip. Nada. Nothing.
No.
Why are you just overcomplicating everything and adding a shit ton of HUD elements that do basically dick? Why is it so hard to listen to the community? Like, you're not appealing to zombies players. You're appealing to like Warzone players. And I think it's because Warzone and multiplayer have like so much customization to the weapons and so many attachments to where if you go in with like a low-level gun with that many attachments, you're fucked. I mean, like, you are at a blatant disadvantage. Just objectively. It doesn't matter if you're better than the person. They aim faster, they do more damage, they move faster, they get to firing after sprinting faster. All that they're just objectively better at. Statistically, the odds are in their favor significantly. So my theory is that they have this game mode essentially just as like a fucking way to level up your guns, because you don't have to worry about other people. You only have to worry about yourself. So that's why they added all these super grindy elements, so that way people can spend all their time grinding in zombies, so that way they can get back to multiplayer and Warzone, because that's where all the real money is at, especially Warzone. I have never enjoyed Warzone. I know some people are like, oh, Verdansk was fun. No, it wasn't. Warzone has never been fun. I'm sorry. It's always been shit. I've never enjoyed it. Even when Warzone was quote-unquote good, I still thought it was dog shit. Multiplayer is a game. It feels exactly the same as Black Ops 6. Take a shot every time I say that, you'll die of alcohol poisoning. But like, it's... They made all these promises that I don't really feel like they delivered on, because like they said they removed skill-based matchmaking for a certain playlist, and then like the other playlist has skill-based matchmaking. I just played quick play on like normal or whatever. I don't know. I don't fucking remember what it's called. Here, I have the game open. I'll check right now.
5 minutes later.
And it says matchmaking where skill is minimally considered, okay? I don't believe that for a second. Either A, I'm the unluckiest person in the goddamn world, because I was playing with my friend Dylan, and the first few games we had were up against the sweatiest motherfuckers imaginable. Played that for like 3 or 4 games, and then like the 5th game, I was literally going up against people who didn't know how to shoot. Like, you can't tell me that's a coincidence. Especially since it happened consistently. The same thing happened with Gunfight. Alright, we went up against people that were sweat lords and gods. And then we went up against people who had no fucking clue what they were doing. And then when we beat those guys, we went up against sweat lords and gods again. It's like, did you just, like not do it? Did you just lie to everybody? Is that really a good idea?
Burn? No.
Considering the situation you currently find yourself in, like, that's what I don't get. Are they just incapable of listening to people?
Yes.
Are you trying to kill your game? I don't think they realize that if you just listened a little bit and properly added a couple of changes that people wanted, your game would sell more. Sales are down from last year. You want to know what would avoid that happening? Not making a shit game. It's literally that easy. Listen to the community for 5 minutes and do a couple of things that they ask, and you're good. And they just don't. There's the statement about, like, Call of Duty is too big to fail. That's true at this point. I'd say, like, Call of Duty is, like, kind of dying. Now, does that mean it's dead? No. Does that mean it's not making money? No. But it is dying. It's losing players. The morale, or I'm sorry, like the team moral, that's not a term. What the fuck am I saying? Enthusiasm for Call of Duty is at an all-time low. I saw more people talking positive about Vanguard than I did about this game. Okay, a different topic, but the point is, Black Ops 7 is just the most, like, game of all time.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even... No.
It is a game. It exists. I'll give it that. There's nothing to say about it. It's not a new game. I'm gonna say this. Did I have fun with it? Yes. I had fun playing multiplayer with my friend Dylan, okay? It was still pretty fun. I had fun playing zombies with my friend Dylan. And I'll say this as kind of like a final summary. Is it a bad game? No. I think in terms of just like the way the game is made, developed, the animations, all that shit, is it bad? No. The gunplay is still good. The guns are snappy and responsive. The hits are satisfying. Graphically, it's pretty good. I don't mind that it takes place in the future. I know some people really hate when COD games go in the future. It's a sequel to Black Ops 2. It'd literally be impossible to not be in the future, so I don't mind that. The new movement system is fucking ass. Like, I literally started calling this game Infinite Warfare 2 when I was playing it, because I was like, the fuck is everyone, like, exo-boosting and shit? Like, I'm sorry, it's so cancer, just the way people play this game with, like, a stupid movement and wall jumping. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna make an exo COD, just make a fucking exo COD, okay? Honestly, at this point, make an Infinite Warfare 2. Make a Ghost 2. I would love a Ghost 2. Remember that game? Remember how amazing the atmosphere was and just, like, the war-torn environments and how dark and gritty it looked? Remember how fucking awesome that was? Remember looking at the campaign and just seeing the destroyed environments and thinking like, wow, it really feels like I'm actually in deep shit. Remember when COD was like that? When it wasn't a joke? Make an Advanced Warfare 2. Dude, fuck it. Make a Vanguard 2. I don't know. Anything but this. They need to innovate. They need to just do something. Because I know all the biased-ass fanboys are like, oh, but COD is the best when it's in the Modern Warfare and Black Ops series. Yeah, maybe 15 years ago, Black Ops 3 was the last good COD. That was almost over 10 years ago. They need to do something different. Yes, I understand. Some of the older COD games were pretty fun. I liked some of the older COD games. I had a lot of fun with them. But you have to eventually stop doing the same thing. Some of the older Black Ops and Modern Warfare games are considered the best. I understand that, but you can't just cling on to that and keep doing that, because eventually it will get old and just stop being fun because you're just regurgitating the same ideas. You need to innovate. Yes, it's technically at its best when it's in the Modern Warfare or Black Ops series, but it certainly isn't anymore. The most recent COD games have been some of the most hated. Modern Warfare 3 was hated, Modern Warfare 2 was hated, Black Ops 6 was hated, Black Ops 7 was hated. Are you noticing a trend? Genuinely, if they just took a year off and tried to make a genuinely good game, sink time into it, whether it would be an original title or a sequel to a previous game that didn't ever get sequels. That's all you need to do. And I mean genuinely. Just the pure shock value of getting a Ghost 2, people would be curious and buy it. And if you make the game actually somewhat good, you might actually restore some faith in here. And then more people would buy the game, and more people would spend money on the game, and because of the effort you put in making a good game, more people would play it, which means you make more money. Boom. But at this point, I think they just truly do not give a shit. They've had years and years to listen to the community, and they just don't. At this point, I just don't think that Call of Duty is ever going to be good again.